Assalamu alaikum. Hope you all are doing well. As the prevailing conditions demand us to stay inside our homes to remain safe from the deadly coronavirus disease, we have decided to reach you through this medium in order to keep you in touch with your studies. I, Altaf Hussain, on behalf of Faizan Public School, welcome you all. Dear students, our today's topic is from class 10th physics, that is the human eye and the colorful world. In the previous chapter, we have studied the position, relative size, and nature of images formed by lenses. In this chapter, we shall study the function of eye lens, defects of vision, and their correction. We shall also study splitting of white light and much more interesting phenomena. But in this video, we shall discuss the shape and structure of human eye. Dear students, as we all know that eye is one of the most valuable and sensitive sense organs which uses light and enables us to see the colorful world around us. As far as the structure of human eye is concerned, it is almost spherical in shape, having a diameter of about 2.3 centimeter. And the essential parts of human eye are cornea, iris, pupil, eye lens, retina, optic nerve, etc. Let me give you a brief description about these parts one by one. The front transparent part of the eye is called cornea, which is bulged outwards. Transparent, transparent is anything which allows light to pass through, right? And this cornea serves as a window of the eye. Behind the cornea is a circular diaphragm called iris with a hole in its center. The iris has muscles and colored pigments. The color of the eye depends on the color of these pigments. So, when we are talking about the color of someone's eyes, we are actually talking about the color of the iris. Now, the question arises that what is the function of this iris? So, let me tell you the function of the iris is to control and regulate the amount of light entering the eye by adjusting the size of the pupil, and pupil is that hole present in the center of the iris. When the intensity of outside light is high, the pupil contracts so that the less light enters the eye and vice versa. Behind the pupil is a double convex lens or simply a convex lens called the eye lens. This lens is made up of a fibrous jelly like material and is held in a position by the ciliary muscles. The ciliary muscles, the focal length and the power of the lens is not fixed. It is adjustable as the curvature can be modified to some extent by these ciliary muscles which are holding this lens. Dear students, have a look at this picture. When the ciliary muscles are tense, the eye lens becomes thick. Its focal length decreases and power increases. So, when the ciliary muscles are relaxed, the eye lens becomes thin. Its focal length increases and power decreases. By doing so, our eyes enables us to see the objects placed at different distances from the eye. The image of the object is formed on the on a screen called retina. The retina is actually a delicate membrane covering the entire back surface of the eye. It contains number of light sensitive cells in the form of rods and cones. So how many types of cells, light sensitive cells are there? Two, rods and cones. The rod type of cells respond to intensity of light and cone type cells respond to the color of the light. These cells upon illumination, that means when light falls on these cells, generate electrical signals or nerve impulses which are sent to the brain via another important part, that is optic nerve. The brain processes this information and we perceive objects as they are. The space between cornea and eye lens is filled with a liquid called aqueous humor, and the space between eye lens and retina is filled with a transparent jelly called vitreous humor. You know, the least sensitive spot on the retina? Yes, I will tell you that spot which is least sensitive is called blind spot. This is actually where the optic nerve enters the eyeball. Before we close, have a look at this interesting fact. The average person blinks 12 times a minute, and I bet you just blinked. Stay safe, stay home. Thank you.